Yo, I first wanted to say that candles are awesome. You should definitely use candles for meditation, living, anything. You can make them yourself, all kinds of cool stuff like that. Um, so, this video is about reciprocity and the interconnectedness of this crazy web that we are interdependent on and immersed in. And so I just want to talk a little bit about my experiences today and recently. So a lot of people say, like, when you're on your spiritual path or your right path, whatever you want to call it, you have a more frequent occurrence of coincidences, which a lot of people call synchronicities, however you pronounce that. And that seems to have been happening to me in this last week or so. I've been on spring break, and I find it pretty interesting. So I just wanted to share some of my experiences with that. So I posted a link, ironically, to The Invisible Path, which is the article by Charles Eisenstein, which I most feel like fits my life, which I'll post a link to. But so I posted a link to The Invisible Path on Facebook, and this woman that I know, who's kind of an environmental activist, posted about this conference that I should go to, which was this weekend, which started today. It wasn't a conference, it's a workshop on the transition movement started by Rob Hopkins. It's this awesome movement, which I'll post lots of links to. So anyway, and recently, me and my friend Charlie have been, well, Charlie basically started doing this on his own, and he encouraged me to start doing it, just like my other friend Will started this thing called Happy Thursday, where you ride around on bikes every Thursday and wave Happy Thursday to everyone, and it's this really cool thing. But Charlie just started doing it every day, Happy Wednesday, Happy Friday, and I thought it was the coolest thing ever, so I've been doing it since I've been back in my hometown, Pittsburgh. And so, like, this past Wednesday, I don't even remember what I was doing all day, but I was just walking around town. I probably wished 25 people Happy Wednesday during the whole day, and I mean, it just breaks people out of their robot lives, hopefully. And it's nice to see people smile when they're not smiling. So I've been doing that, and then so meanwhile, this Invisible Path article, this woman commented and told me to go to this workshop, which I went to today, which was really awesome. It was a huge gathering of all these people coming together to start a transition movement in Pittsburgh. And so the whole day it was just an amazing workshop. And then afterwards, the place where the workshop was held is in this mostly black community. And so I was carrying food out to someone's car by myself, and it was raining outside, and then these two black women were standing outside. One woman was like an older woman, and so as I walk outside, I have this big box of food, and I set it down, and then I'm like, Happy Saturday, and they were like, Happy Saturday, alright. And then I was like, and then the older woman was like, wait a second, you're the guy who wished me a Happy Wednesday the other day in Squirrel Hill. And I was like, yeah, that was me. And she's like, I would have never remembered that if you wouldn't have said Happy Saturday. And I was like, right on. And like Larmer, the neighborhood we were in, is pretty far away from Squirrel Hill, and I just thought it was crazy that one of the people that I happened to say this to was just standing there right as I walked out waiting for it. And it just made me really happy to see that, to experience how if you do actively try to spread a positive message out to people, then you will be reciprocated in some way. And I think that it's important that we acknowledge how the universe seems to work in such crazy ways. We're all interconnected in this crazy web, and so I was just blown away by that. But another experience of that with me, I'll just share, was basically before I woke up, I was severely brainwashed. That's how it was. I mean, I was completely socially conditioned and everything like that. And so I got a laptop and I started watching YouTube videos, and I came across the IshTube community, and I was hearing about Ishmael and stuff, and I was like, this sounds like a really good book. But I don't read books. I hate books. Books are gay. So why would I read books? But this one guy, his YouTube name was 88. He had this video called "And Then I Met Ishmael," and somehow it penetrated my culturally conditioned head, and it really like hit home, and I was like, wow, this book is really powerful. I gotta check it out. And so it turns out I read Ishmael in with this help from the whole IshTube community, but especially this one video which I'll post, which now is from my YouTube friend whose name is Austin. And so and he led me to reading Ishmael, which then I went on this whole course, I mean all these other realizations and stuff on my own. But then maybe a year and a half later now, I read this book called The Ascent of Humanity, which is a phenomenal book by Charles Eisenstein, and me talking about it encouraged Austin to read it, which now he was blown away by it as well, and he made a video thanking me. So it's just crazy how these things are so interconnected. And that's my word for the day. So have a swell, happy Saturday. Stick to the invisible path. Hooby dooby doo. Peace.